as a human being, and most of my life, I've relied on my thoughts. So I think of myself as being clever and an intellectual and, an academic. And yeah, like that's like a muscle, like a strong muscle for me, like very well developed. And again, and this is why I do the work, why I've been practicing the rain work and why I'm drawn to your work, because for me, the answer is actually in how I feel. It's not, and that, in fact, my thoughts have been taking me further away from my feelings. And when I come back to how I feel, that's the freedom for me. So, for instance, today, when the question was, what is it that you feel? And I feel very frightened. And then it's, what are you believing? Like, what is it you're frightened of? What is it you're believing? And what I'm believing is that I might have made a mistake, or I might be about to make a mistake. And yeah, and then I kind of just got stuck there. And then when I asked myself, what is it that I needed? What I needed was to not be making a mistake. And so again, I was sort of like in this thought area. And
So
again,
let's just go through it a little bit right now, okay? So if you let your attention go inward for a moment, okay? And you had the feeling of being frightened, and then you had the belief, I'm going to make a mistake. Is that right? Okay.
yeah, I'm about to make a mistake. Yeah.
I'm about to make a mistake. Now, if you close your eyes and you've already recognized the feeling of fear and you've allowed it, you might again just go back in again. And this is for all of us. It's always useful to rerun rain, to recognize and allow what's going on. And then I asked about the belief, and you said the belief is, I'm going to make a mistake. That's the content of the fear. And when you are believing that, how does how do you experience that in your body when you're believing you're about to make a mistake? And now is where you go really into sensation and see where it is in your body, and actually feel from the inside of your face. Let your body sense the posture of fear, and feel where in your throat or your chest or your belly you most feel that fear of about to make a mistake. And tell me where it is in your body.
So it's in quite a strange part of my body. It's like in the center of my back, but kind of like inside my back, like when you're carrying
Yeah.
like a heavy weight
Yeah.
and you're bowed down.
Okay, so make that posture again, just kind of bowed a little bit. And if you can hold it for a bit, just feel what's going on in your body when that's happening, that about to make a mistake, the pressure, the way fear kind of burdens you and presses you down, and you kind of are bowing over it to kind of, protect yourself in some way, or who knows what's going on, but just feeling it. And just sense that part of you. What would be comforting just in this moment? What would you want to trust in a deep way, or what would you want to feel? What could you imagine if there was an energy bigger than you that could help you? What is it?
So I'll go with my first response, which is I want someone else to come and I want them to take the weight off my back.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
my first response.
Stay with that. Stay with that. So just for a moment, just sense, please help me take the weight from my back. Just sense that you're just wanting something, some larger caring energy to take the weight from your back. And you might sense if that reminds you of something, if there's something that feels very familiar about that, of wanting some larger, stronger, more some caring being to take the weight from you. That feels familiar. What are you noticing? Keep your posture and just let me know what you're noticing.
I'm finding it hard to notice them. There's a lot of like going around, so I'm just going to take a moment of silence to.
Take your time.
I feel like excited and happy at the thought. Yeah, that there could be something that could help with that there could be something stronger and bigger outside of myself that could help. Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you stay with that? And as part of nurturing, just sense that you're willing, your excitement is you're willing to hand it over some. And just imagine that. Imagine that you're actually handing over some of what you're carrying just to something larger. Who knows how we want to think about it, but it's that feeling that there's a larger universe to hold this and physically sense what would be like to hand it over some, to let something else hold it, something larger, that there's some care in the universe that can take this on, and just notice what happens.
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling physically lighter, and I'm finding it quite hard. It's as if it's false me holding the position. Like it's as if it's fake for me
Then
to.
then come back, come to what your body now feels able to do. How to, because it's almost like you don't need to do that anymore. Yeah. And take a moment inside, okay, Eva, and just sense what's it like if you really start letting go into something larger, just letting what feels unnecessary to carry yourself, just letting it be held by a larger universe. Just sense what's possible, what that could mean in your life.
So it's really interesting. I feel like I don't want to let it go completely. Not in a negative way, but it's just like if you were carrying something that's too heavy for you, a box, and somebody else said, "Oh, let me help," and you want them to carry the corners, but you don't want them to carry the whole box. And that was really
Beautiful,
interesting.
beautiful.
So,
So that's really beautiful, and I can feel without even analyzing, I can feel the wisdom in that. And I'm gonna let you stay with that because you just did a very beautiful piece of work. It feels resonant, it feels meaningful. I can feel you feeling that. What do you sense you wanna remember in this moment?
I'm just very, very stunned that I want to carry some of the fear myself, like as an active choice.
Beautiful.
Not in a negative way, not in self-sabotaging, like I can't let go. It's like, no, this is mine. Like it's my responsibility. Yeah. And
And
not
there's
just,
some
it's not something outside that's being put on me. It's like, no, this, it'd be like someone saying, hey, let me like take a bit of your liver out or something. It's like, no, like that's, you know, like you can help me. I can't do this by myself. But yeah,
that's that what you just said is truth. It's not yours alone. It's almost like it's not my fear, it's the fear that you're letting the universe participate in, but nor are you trying to avoid something.
yeah. And
Beautiful.
it's very important that it stays inside me as well. Like
Yeah,
that it's not, yeah,
that
that
it's
it's not,
embodied.
yeah, it's in me and it's around me and it's in us all.
Okay, my dear. Good going.
Mm,
Blessings.
okay, thank you.
And I want to say that part of what was so important about what Eva was doing is to see how it's not the thinking that ultimately is the place where we start healing. That there's a belief, oh, I've got something ahead and I'm going to make a mistake. But the only purpose in identifying the belief is so you can go deeper into the actual felt sense in your body. It's in your body. There's no healing. It's kind of the issues are in the tissues. We need to move through our bodies. And even fear, we think we want to get rid of fear, but fear actually, we'd be brain dead without fear. And underneath fear is our organism trying to protect itself. It's a kind of love of life that's under fear. And so if we know how to work with it, we actually can get in touch with that love. So it's not something to get rid of. but we also need to know it's not our personal fear and that the universe is helping us. So I really want to honor that process. I took time with it on purpose because there's so much in it for all of us.